Hi, I am getting ready to make some bacon wrapped spinach and herb chicken to put in my freezer so that I have got meals for a later time. And so thought I'd show you how I do that. It's really quite simple. And of course, anything wrapped with bacon has got to be good, doesn't it? So first thing I do is I take a gallon freezer bag, Ziploc, not the slider kind, because sometimes the slider kind leak. And I label what it is, bacon wrapped spinach and herb chicken, and I put today's date on it so that I know when I made this. And I go ahead and I've got my bacon, I've got my chicken breast here, and the instructions tell us in a medium microwave safe bowl, combine 1.5 tablespoons of water, 1.5 tablespoons of spinach and herb seasoning, and 2 teaspoons of garlic, and microwave it on high for 3 minutes. So that is what I did, or for not 3 minutes, for 30 seconds. 3 minutes it probably burned. And I ended up with something that looked like this. And then it said to cool for 5 minutes. Well, I didn't want you to have to watch me watching this cool for 5 minutes. So I already did this 5 minutes ago. And I'm going to go to the next step. The next step says to add 8 ounces of softened cream cheese to the bowl and stir vigorously until well combined. Now this is where we find out if I took the cream cheese out early enough to make it soften. And it doesn't appear to be too bad, so I'm going to go ahead, put this in here and mix this up. Now, the nice thing about this recipe is, our spinach and herb and our garlic are 2 seasonings that you just should have in your kitchen all the time. So it's probably something that you have that you could go ahead and make at any time. And of course, we all know that anything mixed with cream cheese has got to be good, right? So let's go ahead and stir this up. I'm stirring as vigorously as I can, as the instructions say. And in spite of the fact that this has bacon wrapped around it, a serving only has 480 calories, so for a meal, that really isn't too bad. Okay, so we've got our spinach and herb and our garlic and our cream cheese, and it's all mixed together. The other thing that we wanted to do is we want to take our chicken breasts and we want to create a pocket by cutting a large slit. So I've done that already, and I don't know where these chicken breasts came from, but they are huge. So I have got these pockets. This one I got a little bit carried away, and I have I sliced all the way through the chicken breast, but you know what? It really doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and put spinach and herb and garlic filling in each of this, and you can see that it's not real pretty, and that's okay. It certainly doesn't need to be. And usually what I do is I stuff all the chicken breasts first, and then I wash my hands, and then I wrap the bacon around all of them at the same time. This one is a little bit neater than the other one. I slip that in there. And I tell you, I only have 4 chicken breasts because they are so huge. And I'm glad that I didn't get 6 because I love this filling. And so I wouldn't have enough filling for 6 of them. I'm going to use it all up on these 4. And I love doing freezer meals because these are kind of like, I don't know, these are really like restaurant quality meals, although I will assure you that I'm not a chef. But to be able to pull something like this out of the freezer, on a busy night, it is so nice. And to be able to have just a really good meal like this. So this is my 4th chicken breast, and excuse me here, I am going to grab one of my handy little tastefully simple spoons to get the rest of this out of the bowl. Put this in here, and like I said, I am going to use all of this up because I really like this filling, and when you bake the chicken, it just is so yummy in there. I wish I could just give you a bite of this prepared meal right now, because you would want to run out and buy chicken and get all the ingredients you need so you could make that on your own. So I have got them stuffed. I'm going to step over here and wash that cream cheese mixture off my hands for just a minute. And I'm going to wrap these each with bacon. And you know, I might do 2 slices for some. Some I might do 3, because you can never get too much bacon. And before I started videoing, I did rip some press and seal sheets so that I could wrap these up so they wouldn't fall apart on me once I got them wrapped. So I've got some bacon here, and this could be handy potentially if you had some toothpicks or something. Oh my goodness, these chicken breasts are so large that I think I wonder, 1, 2, 3, maybe this one anyway really does need 3 pieces of bacon, don't you think? And then I can just wrap this up like this and squish the air out, and I have got one of these done. So let me go ahead and continue wrapping, and if it's possible that you got this recipe from me earlier and you're following along, that's great. I bet you're doing a much better job at wrapping these than I am, but like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be pretty, because they're all going to taste amazing. Now, when you go to actually bake these, go ahead and pull them out of the freezer, and you'll want to make sure that you thaw them again so that the inside is fully cooked before the bacon gets too crispy. And so you're going to want to thaw them out. So if you want to just make 1, take out 1 and thaw it out. If you want to make 2, take out 2. If you want to make 4, if you want to make 6, however many of them, thaw them out. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Put them on a greased 13 by 9 baking dish. This is another one I could use 3 pieces of bacon for, but I only have 2, so that's okay. And then you are going to sprinkle with 1 teaspoon of seasoning salt, bake for 35 to 40 minutes or until the internal temperature is 165, and then you can broil on high 2 to 3 minutes if you want really crispy bacon. So I am going to do this. One of the things that I didn't do that is in the recipe, ask you to sprinkle seasoned salt on it before you put the bacon on it. And I will tell you that I love salt as much as the next person, but to me, bacon already is a little salty. And so I'm going to forego putting the salt on right now. And then I am going to put the salt on when I bake it. So you could put the salt on now if you wanted and then forego the salt later, which maybe would be smarter. I could have done that. But you can do it either way. One of the nice things with Tastefully Simple products is they're all just so adaptable. I'm going to step away here for a minute. And again, wash my hands just very quickly. And you know, when you think about bacon wrapped spinach and herb chicken, you think about stuffing chicken. It sounds so hard, but it isn't. If I can do it, literally everybody can do it. And it just makes it sound fancy when you say you're having stuffed chicken, but it isn't. It isn't hard to do it all. And another thing, you can do the same with pork chops. Stuff them and then just makes them really yummy. So I've got them all in here. Again, I'm going to squeeze as much air out. And I've already got these wrapped tight individually because if you only want to make one or two at a time, you certainly don't want them to be frozen together. Squeeze as much air out of there as I can. There you go. And I have got some meals ready for somewhere down the road. So thanks for joining me on making that meal, and I'll be back another time to share some wonderful, tastefully simple dishes with you.